Alrighty. So we both know what's going on, but for anybody who might be watching this on the YouTube channel, this is another private session, this time with Jake, and we're doing the faction introductions for everybody, and we've already done this with Jin and Jeremy. Both of those are in the same playlist that this is in, so if you want the same descriptions of what we're doing and everything, I've already given that to Jake privately, but if you want to know what's going on, you can look at those videos. So Jake,
yeah,
when last we left our heroes, it is, I believe, the morning after you guys had the dinner party with Imbric and Avi, and
or is it after the fight?
Oh yeah, you're right. It is after the fight with the gunslinger down on the dock ward. Yeah, I believe you've said in the past that Soul gets up at ungodly early hours.
Yeah, to practice. So he usually doesn't leave until like 6 though.
Okay.
Usually 2 hours of practice with a sword.
Alrighty. We will be picking up in the middle of Soul running through his various forms and stances and things like that, which is common for his morning rituals. And you can vaguely hear Ron from a couple floors below getting up and getting ready to go start breakfast for everybody. Well, for yourself and Cal, because Vinny doesn't ever get up before noon. But Cal hasn't come by the manor yet. He's still probably sleeping at the Steam and Steel. But you are up bright and early, and like I said, you're about an hour into practicing your sword forms and whatnot, when you hear a scratching noise outside of one of your bedroom windows, which is especially weird since you have commandeered the attic, which is basically effectively the 4th floor of this building. And you when you look over to the window where you hear this strange noise, you see a cat sitting on the windowsill outside of, like I said, what is essentially the 4th story of your building here, and it is looking directly at you and kind of pawing at the window.
Keeping my sword drawn, I'm gonna open the window.
Okay. The cat gives a slight meow and hops inside of the room, and looks at you, and then its eyes kind of don't necessarily like glaze over literally, but it definitely starts getting like a 1,000-yard stare sort of look, and it opens its mouth and it speaks to you and says, we've heard that you have a proclivity for hunting unsavory things, and if you're interested in joining the Emerald Enclave, we'd be interested in meeting you at Falconmere in the Southern Ward. And then a second later, the cat kind of shakes its head a little bit and meows at you and comes over and just kind of starts nuzzling up to your calf.
I'll kind of put the cat back on the windowsill and close the window.
Okay. It's just kind of sitting there, looking around, and it looks back at you and meows. And you may not know very much about them, but you do know of the Emerald Enclave. They're not just within Waterdeep. The Emerald Enclave is a group of usually rangers and druids that try to preserve the natural order of things, namely trying to maintain the balance between industrialized areas and nature. But part of what goes along with that is essentially monster hunting. It's not uncommon to hear of Emerald Enclave's members fighting off undead and aberrations and that sort of thing. The same sort of stuff that blood hunters would get into. It's just not too many blood hunters typically join, because it's sort of the whole thing with blood hunters is tainting yourself to get an edge. But it's definitely not unheard of to hear of blood hunters working with the Emerald Enclave, sort of an enemy of my enemy kind of thing.
Yeah. And that was full squad?
Where they asked you to meet up with them?
Yeah.
Falkenmere in the southern ward. You're not too familiar with the layout of the city, but you could definitely find your way to the southern ward, and it's not too difficult to find a map. And if you ask around a little bit, you could probably figure out where Falkenmere is.
I'm gonna go downstairs.
Okie doke. You make your way downstairs.
Is that bottle still at the top of the staircase?
Yeah, it would be. You find a bottle of mead sitting at the top of the staircase.
I'll take it downstairs with me.
Okay. You go downstairs and you hear Vinny snoring loudly from her room. And when you get down to the first floor, you hear some rummaging in the kitchen from presumably Ron.
I'm gonna go into the kitchen.
Yeah, Ron is down here, and he is currently chopping vegetables and some some ham. It looks like he might be making some sort of breakfast.
Any bread?
There is a dough resting on the table, but he hasn't baked it yet.
No baked bread.
Not yet.
And I'll leave.
Okay.
And try to find my way to the southern ward.
Yeah. It is literally on the other side of the city. So if you want to walk down there, you can. It would probably take you a couple of hours.
I'll walk.
Okie doke. Do you stop to buy a shield on your way out?
No.
Okay.
I didn't grab any gold.
Okay. Yeah. You make your way down to the southern ward. And are you gonna stop anyone to ask how to find Falkenmere?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is kind of a not as great side of town. So, well, you've been here before when you were breaking into Ignomini's old home. So, you have some experience down here and managed to find someone who isn't completely tweaked out. And they point you towards a large, sort of ruined-looking tower, and tell you that it is right over by that tower. It is about a block south.
I'll head that way.
Okay. Yeah, you make your way over there, and just like the instructions from the person that you found, about a block south, you find a very odd site for the Southern Ward. A lot of like, this is right on, not right on the border, but close to the border between the Southern Ward and the Trades Ward. So a lot of the buildings around here look like they used to be nice, but have kind of fallen into disrepair as this side of the city sort of fully fell into the clutches of the slums. But when you get about a block south of this tower, you see that one of the larger houses down here has not fallen into disrepair, and it's kind of like a diamond in the rough sort of situation. It's well kept, the grounds look very nice, and it looks like it would be a pretty nice place to live if the surrounding area was not so trashy.
I'm gonna walk up and knock on the door.
Okay. When you step onto the property, I should mention that it's, of course, middle of winter. There's snow like everywhere, but the grounds of this particular estate it looks like it's springtime. Like, there's no snow on the grass at all. And when you step onto the grounds, it becomes considerably warmer. And you get the feeling that there's probably some sort of ward around this place that keeps it at warmer temperatures, even in the winter. And when you step onto the grounds, you start to walk towards the front door, and it opens up. The front door opens up before you can get there, and out walks a wood elf gentleman in blue robes. And I don't have a map for Falconmere, but he walks out to greet you, and in the same voice that you heard from the cat earlier, he walks up and he says, you must be Sol. I was hoping that you would come to meet us. And he extends his hand.
I just look at him.
Okay. His smile kind of falters for a minute, but he eventually does lower his hand. Right. Well, we heard about what you and your companions did over in the City of the Dead, and we were impressed with how you handled the undead over there. And we did a little bit more research into you, and if we're not mistaken, you are what some would call a blood hunter, yes?
I nod.
Excellent. Normally, people have a view of us that isn't necessarily in line with the views that they would have against people of your profession, but I believe that we have some common ground that we could find. And if you would be willing to work with us, I'm sure that we could find some mutual benefits from each of us.
What can you give me?
Well, there's multiple benefits to being associated with the Emerald Enclave. We can, of course, provide healing services for you and any pets that you might have, and we also tend to have information on where less savory beings might be dwelling. Would give you opportunity to find them and take them out if that's what you desire. And of
Do you
course,
have an information network?
more or less, yes. We have members all over the Sword Coast, and with many of our members being rangers and druids, we tend to know quicker than most when something unnatural will pop up.
I'm gonna take out that burned sheet of paper and hand it over. Hand it to him. But one with the symbol on black coat.
Right.
And go. If you have information on this, I'll be willing to join.
Well, I don't know much, but this symbol is, well, it's the symbol of Hallister Blackcloak. He is sort of a mysterious figure, but is the source of a number of headaches that we in the Enclave tend to have. He is rumored to be I don't know what he is, but the source of a lot of the monsters that climb from Undermountain are rumored to be the experiments of Hallister Blackcloak. That's all that I really know, and that's sort of just kind of the rumor of what goes on down there. Of course, nobody ever really knows because not many people go and come back, but those who do invariably bring stories of the horrors that have been created by Blackcloak, and this is undoubtedly his emblem. If you want more information, I would suggest either trying to get in contact with a scholar of some sort, or even Mert or Durnan, as they've both gone to Undermountain and returned.
So, this joining you want me to do? What would it entail specifically?
Well, not much. You would have access to the benefits and information that we have, of course, and in return, we just ask that you take care of some problems for us when they arise, and if you are able to. Admittedly, we have one such problem right now that we were kind of hoping that you could help with, because the other members of the Enclave within the city are currently indisposed, and we were hoping that you might be able to help with a problem that has come to our attention.
What is it?
Some of the outlying farms in Undercliff are being terrorized by a scarecrow that has come to life through some some means, we don't know what. And it's slaughtered some livestock and some of the dogs and horses that the farmers keep. It hasn't killed any people yet, which has caused the City Watch to, unfortunately, have been sort of dragging their feet on the issue. But something needs to be done before that happens. And we were hoping that with your particular expertise on dark magics and the undead, you might be able to do something about it.
I can take a look, but I recently came into possession of a business that requires some funds.
Right. Well,
is there a bounty?
There hasn't been one set by anyone because most of the farmers around there are, well, it's winter right now, so they're in the slow season, and they're trying to reserve their resources for spending money on the sort of seeds and things that they will need for next year when they sow their fields. But we could provide some coin. It'll take me a little bit to get some together, but there is something that we might be able to give you a value, but that will depend on what's her name. That will depend on what Jareth thinks of you, and with that, you kind of feel a bit of a presence, and that's sort of a skill that you've developed through being a blood hunter. You have gotten good about recognizing when there's something otherworldly around you, and you hear a woman's voice in your head say, "Hello, child, and welcome to my estate." And Melanor kind of smiles and says, Jareth was the original owner of this property, but has since become something a bit more. And since you've agreed to look into this for us, I think she might have something that could maybe help you. And with that, you feel the sort of presence that was a moment ago. It felt like it was just kind of all around you, but now it somewhat focuses to right next to you. And how do you carry your sword? Do you keep it on your belt or your back?
My belt.
Okay. If you give me 1 second, I need to find where I saved an image. Yeah, you suddenly feel a warmth from your belt, and you look down, and your scabbard is glowing somewhat.
What'd you do
And
to it?
I Melanor kind of looks somewhat bemused. I honestly don't know. And then you hear you hear that woman's voice in your head. I have given your sword a blessing that might help you with this mission. And with that, oh well, all right, it won't let me screenshot this, but your sword is now a +1 weapon of warning. And if you give me just a moment, I can find the statistics for the weapon of warning. Oh, actually, I made a thing for this earlier, but yeah, I'll send it to you right now. It's essentially this, but instead of a short sword, it's a scimitar. So basically, it's a +1 sword, and it basically makes it so that you can't be surprised, and you gain an advantage on initiative rolls. And if something tries to surprise you while any of your companions are sleeping within 30 feet of you, it will wake them up, or indeed you up if you're sleeping. So
how long will it last?
Until it is disenchanted.
Alright. I just nod at him and then turn around and walk away.
Okay. You can meet me here when you're done, and I'll get you your money. As you're confidently striding away. And with that, he kind of stands there awkwardly for a minute, and then turns around and goes back into the house.
Right. And that was Jareth for the Barrett that talked to me?
Yeah, I can send you that, show you how it's spelled. Yeah. So you now have a cool sword. And a mission. There's a scarecrow over at some farms in Undercliff, which you would know is basically right outside the City of the Dead and a little bit north. And yeah, what do you want to do? Also, you would know that animated scarecrows are they're not a undead of any kind. They're essentially constructs, and usually it's some sort of profane meddling that turns them into sort of mindless slaughterers, and being a magically created construct, they don't. You essentially need magic to fight them effectively, because they are essentially beings of magic. So That's why Jareth kind of saw fit to give you an enchanted weapon, basically, because otherwise you would not be as effective. So, yeah, it is currently, let's see, it took you a couple of hours to get down there and you left at about 5. Yeah, it is still early morning. It's probably like 7:30 right now.
I'm gonna return to the manor for breakfast.
Yeah, you get back to the manor, and there is on the bar over here. There is a skillet with basically it was I can't think of the name of the actual dish right now. A quiche. It's basically like a quiche, but a like cast iron skillet sized one, and there is one triangle that's been cut out of it, one slice, and it has ham and vegetables mixed in with the egg and some cheese melted on top. And there is a loaf of bread sitting next to it with one end torn off, and a dish of butter. And Ron is sitting at this table over here, eating a serving of the egg dish and some bread and butter, and has a mug of tea. But otherwise, there's still no real activity in the house. Cal usually doesn't show up till around like 8:30 or 9. So.
And just nod at Ron and eat.
Okay. Yeah, it's good. It's good food. Ron's a pretty good cook. And it's about 8 a.m. now.
I'm gonna go and investigate where that scarecrow was.
Gonna head over to Undercliff?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you planning on undertaking this mission alone, or are you gonna...
I'm not planning on attacking yet.
Okay.
It's more of a preliminary investigation.
Sure.
At least that's all it ends up being.
It takes you a little bit to get to the city gates, and like there's none perfectly lined up with where Undercliff is, because typically when people enter, it's from the north near the field ward, or towards like the southeastern corner of the city. But you do get outside of the city gates to sort of the surrounding farmland around there, and make your way over to the Undercliff section. And there's not too much activity out there because it's wintertime, and most of the farmers are either working on some of the machinery that they use, or are within the city buying things, or just dealing with other business that they need to do while it's wintertime. But it doesn't take you too long to find one of the farms that has been affected, because there is a large half-orc man, currently lifting a slaughtered and mutilated horse into the back of a cart. And judging by the gore and the blood and the snow surrounding that area, you get the feeling that this probably happened last night.
Does the half-orc look like a farmer?
Yeah, he's dressed very simply. And is he what?
No, I was wondering if he looked like he was just hired to move the bodies.
Yeah, no, he looks like he's dressed in farmer's garb, I guess you could say.
Right, I'm gonna walk up to
him. Sure. He kind of eyes you warily, but otherwise doesn't really say anything. He just keeps on with his work.
Did you see where the thing that attacked came from?
Nope. I was sleeping and heard my horse start screaming. Came out to investigate. Damn thing was already dead.
Did you see it leave?
Saw something shuffle off to the east, but couldn't tell what it was.
Are there tracks leading to the east?
It's kind of hard to tell because it's been snowing, but you do see areas where the snow looks slightly more disturbed. But yeah, and while this horse has definitely been like attacked and mutilated, it doesn't look like it was eaten in any sense. It doesn't look like an animal did it.
I'll kind of nod at the farmer and start following, trying to find my way, the tracks that lead east, if there are any left.
Sure. Make a survival check.
Eight.
Yeah, you're able to follow the quote-unquote tracks for about 10-15 minutes, but then you lose the trail. It becomes too unfollowable due to the fresh snowfall and just the fact that essentially a construct made these. So it's not like regular footprints or anything like that. It's just vague drag marks and that sort of thing.
Is there anything in visual distance where it looks like it might have gone?
There's some more farms farther out to the east, but other than that, no, not really.
Is there one close by?
Yeah, there's another farm, probably maybe a quarter mile out to the east. Stuff is kind of spread out a little bit more here now that it's outside of the city. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll start making my way towards that farm.
Sure. You get over there, and there is a house and a tool shed and a barn and an empty field with snow laden upon it. But there's nobody outside, and you don't see any evidence that
it was attacked.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk up to the door and knock.
Yeah, there's no answer.
I'm gonna head back to the city for now.
Okie doke.
And return to the manor.
Yep. It's nearing noon now. It's probably around 11 o'clock.
When I get to the manor,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Vinny's room and knock on the door.
Okay. You hear her kind of moan and say something, and but other than that, it doesn't sound like she really woke up.
Is the door unlocked?
Let me ask Jen if she keeps her door locked. Are you planning on asking Vinny for help with the mission?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to see if Jin can join in then?
Yeah.
All right. And to answer your question, yes, the door is locked. But if you give me just a moment, I will have Jen join in. Yeah. And like while you're standing there trying to like wake her up, the eye that's mounted on her bedroom door is just kind of like staring directly at you. Like it hasn't moved, but it's kind of kind of creepy. It's just kind of looking at you. Yeah. Yeah, Jen said that she'll grab her headset and then she can join us.
Alright.
Woohoo.
Yeah?
Yeah. Unfortunately, Jeremy's not here, but yeah, like I said, Cal's a little bit predisposed in-game anyway. And I imagine Soul's not entirely over the fact that Cal shot him in the back.
No,
so
it's the same day. It's just the next day.
Yeah.
But I figured he would start trusting them a little bit, even if he is mad.
Yeah. All right. So how's your weekend been?
Great. They tried to get me to work yesterday.
Yeah.
It was great. Waking up to a text to come see if I could come into work was real fun.
Yeah, I imagine so.
I didn't do it though.
I'm not surprised.
Especially since Saturday was really busy. It was terrible.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Nice.
Welcome welcome to the game, Jen.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to Jake's private session.
Totally.
You are currently in bed asleep. It is around 11 a.m. And Soul is knocking on your door. He did it once already, and you kind of mumbled a little bit and rolled over.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's given up. So
I'm gonna pound on the door with the bottom of my fist.
Okay. Yeah, I roll over again, and hearing the loud noise, I grab my crossbow, but I'm not startled awake like last time. So I just, who is it?
So,
Oh. And I quickly unlock the door and still have the crossbow in my hand. Yeah? What?
I need your help with something.
Really?
Yes.
Oh shit. Okay, is this like, what kind of help? What are we doing?
We're hunting a magical construct.
Oh. Okay, I will... Let me get dressed real quick, and she'll leave the door open, but she's grabbing up all of her gear, slipping on a coat and all that, and yeah. Okay. This is gonna be fun. Just you and me. Where's Cal?
I don't know. I didn't go and look.
Right.
yeah, Cal is not around at the moment, which is kind of weird because he's made a point of like coming in and trying to get his office all set up and seeming like he's busy, but yeah, he's not here today.
Okay, just you and me. All right.
Alright. So, this magical construct, as we're leaving, I'll start explaining what was happening.
Okay.
The magical construct that we're hunting is a scarecrow, and it's been slaughtering the livestock out at Undercliff. And I've been hired to destroy it for now. Unfortunately, since I don't use magic, I can't do very much damage to it. Hence, I need your help.
I see. And I kind of stretch a little bit and, kind of throw some sparks, Yeah, need my magic touch.
Oh, God. And Vinny, you would know that Undercliff is sort of the closest spot outside of the city where farms are at. A lot of like the area to the east of the city is covered by farmland, and sort of like a city-state situation in ancient Greece. Like they're under the protection of Waterdeep, but not within the city walls.
Right.
And Undercliff is like the closest spot to the city where you can find farms.
I'll lead her to the spot that I left off on tracking.
Okay. Yeah, you guys make your way over to the one of the city gates on the eastern wall of Waterdeep, and make your way through and take a little trek over to the farms near Undercliff, and you pass the same farm where Soul, you had talked to a farmer over there just a few hours ago, and you don't see him, but there are like wagon track marks leading to the north, away from the bloody scene of what happened. And Vinny, you see a bloody, gory scene of where something was killed out in the snow at this farm, not too far away from the house, near a small stables. And Soul leads you past that to the east, about a 10-15 minute trek away, to what looks to you like a random spot, just kind of arbitrarily distanced away. Yeah.
I see.
This is where I lost its tracks.
Okay.
The farmer that I talked to said it went east, so I don't know how much farther east it went.
Okay.
And I'll start walking east.
Yeah, I will follow him. Should we be, like, quiet? Stealthy?
And we're out in the open, aren't we? Micah?
Okay.
Yeah, there's, it's not like a forested area or anything like that, not for a number of miles.
I assume we're like in the middle of a field, or...
Yeah, basically. A lot of this area has been cleared away for the farms that are here. But yeah, you guys start making your way east, towards another farm that is about a quarter mile away, roughly. And Soul, you would recognize it as the one that you went to not too long ago and tried to knock on the door, but there was nobody there. And as you approach the farm, you hear loud barking. And
1 second. That's all knocking at the door.
No worries.
Okay. Right, I gotta clear up my slots because this is a new day.
Yeah.
Right.
That's not what I was looking for.
It was just UPS.
Okay. Ooh, this is useful. Yeah, give me... yeah, you hear loud barking, and then some like whimpering noises coming from a decent distance from the house, basically to one of the corners of the fields of that farm, coming from around the area of a tool shed over in the corner of the field. And it's a little ways off, so you can't really hear exactly what's going on, but it sounds like whatever is going on with the dog that's barking over there, it that dog sounds like it might be getting hurt, because there's like some loud whimpering noises and grunts in between the barks.
I'm gonna start heading in that direction.
Okay.
Yeah. Me as well. I'm on my guard.
Okay. Give me...
I'm gonna pull out my sword and hold it in my hand as well.
Okay. Where is Soul? There he is.
Time for my... Why does my sheet have to be not responding?
That's fine. You have a moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys make your way over. towards the shed. Oh, there was another figurine. Oh, yeah, the cat. Don't worry about the cat.
Yeah, he's just sitting. He's probably still stuck on the windowsill.
Yeah, you left him stranded like 40 feet above the ground.
Okay.
So yeah.
Don't worry about that.
You guys are approaching from the west. And this square here is the tool shed that I mentioned. So you guys are coming like from this direction. Could probably make your figurines a little bit bigger too. There we go. Boop, boop. And as you guys approach and sort of make your way around the edge of the shed, you can see a mastiff right here that is currently being attacked by two scarecrows with they look pretty much like normal scarecrows, so kind of creepy anyway. But where the eyes normally would be like stitched onto the burlap of a face of a scarecrow, there are two glowing red like pits in the eyes of these things. And no momento.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So the scarecrows seem pretty intent on this dog here. So if you guys want to just walk away and let the dog die, now's your chance. But otherwise, you guys should probably roll for initiative.
Yeah.
I mean, if this wasn't Soul's current job, he would.
Yeah. And I need to find stats for a mastiff real quick.
Okay.
That was great. 12.
There we go.
Ha.
Even with the advantage.
Okay.
Oh, I'm cold.
Okay.
Figure out what to do here. I don't want to hurt the puppy. Let's see. Maybe we could rescue, if we can rescue the dog and keep it alive. Maybe this could be a pet for Cal. He's been wanting a dog.
Maybe.
Yeah, it probably belongs to the owners of this farm.
I mean,
It might be dead.
that's true. It's probably not gonna live.
Vinny, what'd you get for initiative?
I got 13. Which is great because I don't know what I want to do.
Yeah. And
I had advantage and I still got 12, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a shame. Always got to put like an innocent in my way and like, well, I don't want to blast them. Yeah. My first thought is they're scarecrows. They look just like scarecrows, right? It's just there's something
Except
about
for
their eyes that look.
They're animated scarecrows essentially. So they're still made out of like
straw.
Yeah, basically.
Fabric and wood?
Like, yeah.
That's good to know. I have no oil, but
it'll be fine.
Really should have taken some kind of fire spell.
Vinny's here
Yeah.
now. I need to get your wild magic thing out now.
Ooh, yes, you do.
I did not prepare for that, but yeah.
Yeah, he put me up the one melee fighter up against things that take magic.
I mean, I gave you a magic sword.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Magic.
How close do I want to get? And I assume that won't work. Blinded. They do have eyes, but I'd blind the dog too. But man, that would be exciting. All right, I'll hold off on the fun thing I haven't tried yet. I'm going to. Yeah, I'll move up a little bit.
Okay.
And I point my finger at the scarecrow here, and I start muttering my incantation and attempt to cast Chaos Bolt. And I do not want to hit the dog, so I'm going to use Tides of Chaos to get advantage.
Okie doke.
So let's see. So 23 to hit.
That hits.
And I roll this. And it's... Alright, 17... Darn, I was hoping for fire. 17 poison damage, so I blast it with a... poison energy. Yeah.
Yeah. Your Chaos Bolt flies towards it, and it hits the Scarecrow like full in the chest and kind of poofs out into a cloud of green. And the Scarecrow doesn't really look like it was affected.
Yeah. I just kind of turned to soul. I was, there was a small chance of fire. And that's my turn.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Constructs aren't usually affected too much by poison.
Hearing her say this, I just kind of look at her, and as I pull out my blade, I activate my Crimson Right, and my sword gets wreathed in flames.
Yep.
Damn.
And then I'm gonna come over here. Because that's as far as I can get.
Yeah. Scarecrow's turn. They are still focused on the Mastiff, so they're each gonna attack it.
Poor doggy.
What's the AC of this? Not much. Yeah. The first one takes a swipe at it with the sort of gnarled sticks that have become its claws, and it scratches the Mastiff pretty good across the face, and the doggy whimpers a little bit, and then the second one steps up and just sinks its claws directly into the Mastiff's throat, and the Mastiff gives one more gurgled cry, and it is no more.
Yeah, rip.
I didn't expect it to die so quickly, but one of the Scarecrows got a crit, so...
Yeah, well, that'll happen.
That will happen. Vinny.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, seeing the dog is just gone now. I'm like, well, that's a shame. I was hoping to, yeah, I didn't have a way to really save the dog.
Yeah.
Our lives are more important than the dog's, sorry to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have nothing that's like guaranteed fire, which is what I'd like to do. At least do I have...
Actually, before your turn, at the top of the initiative order, you get your Tides of Chaos back, and I'm gonna roll on the Wild Magic search table.
Oh, okay. Oh, boy.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So up to 3 creatures you choose within 30 feet of you take 4d10 lightning damage.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, there we go.
Fuck yes. Okay.
So
yes.
I'm assuming you're just gonna choose the 2 scarecrows.
Oh yeah.
Alright, roll 4d10.
And the Dead Master.
I mean, do I have a D10 somewhere? Do I not have one?
I think this. No.
Yeah, there's some right
You
here.
have a D10.
Oh, I got a D10. Right, can I be out?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
I always forget to do that. There you go.
That's okay. 4?
Yep, 4d10. Thunder damage. Or lightning damage, rather.
Do this. Oh, I didn't roll very good, but 10?
Yeah.
10 thunder damage.
Lightning damage.
Lightning damage.
Yeah. That's definitely something. Yeah, you, as you watch this Mastiff die, you smell that familiar smell, and start to feel like a tingling in your hands, and you look down and there are tiny arcs of electricity, like dancing between your fingertips, and as you kind of lift your hands up to look at them, 2 lightning bolts just blast from your fingertips and hit the 2 scarecrows, and they kind of seize up a little bit and then go back to normal, but they are smoldering.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, and I just... I give Sol a big grin on that one. This is why you had me come here. I totally meant to do that. I want to light them on fire. So... I don't know how much I can do at once, though. That's a problem. I'd like to... Unless it's only magical type fire. I have a spell slot, so might as well use them. I'm gonna try to throw another chaos bolt at them. And, I'm feeling good. I'm gonna use Tides of Chaos again. They get advantage. Hopefully... Wow. Oh, okay. Thank God. Okay. That's 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Going after this scarecrow too, I guess. And throwing my chaos bolt.
Oh my.
15 psychic damage. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
He's trying to fuck with his mind,
That was 15?
Yes.
On 1 or 2?
2.
Yeah. It,
Oh my god.
it kind of like a ray of purplish energy hits it directly in the forehead, and it kind of shakes its head a little bit and then looks directly at you. And your wild magic was triggered again. So, I can't believe this. This is fantastic. This is
fantastic for like who?
I mean, the damage is good. It's not the type.
Yeah.
That kind of ozone type smell grows a little bit stronger.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see a shadow kind of loom above you. This will have to do. Oh goodness.
I summoned something.
Yeah, there is a shadow looming above you. I need to roll initiative for that. What is its dex +2? So 8.
Boy.
Yeah. Do you want to look behind you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to look and see what it is.
There is a large white unicorn standing directly behind you.
Hope it doesn't hit you.
Yeah, it is large and majestic and has a beautiful twisted horn protruding from its forehead, and it is looking supremely confused.
So am I.
Of all the fucking things to roll.
I don't know what's happening, but I think I'm feeling good about this.
Man, okay.
Yeah, I'm taking a moment to try to figure out what the fuck to do with this unicorn.
Yeah.
That's my turn.
It's gonna look confused for a second, and then sort of survey the area around it, and then you can hear it sort of sniff, and it stares directly at the scarecrows. It makes kind of a sound, and it's at the end of your turn. The tip of its horn is going to glow a little bit, and that glow is going to sort of create a shimmering bubble around it, and then that bubble will grow more transparent, but you can still kind of see it as like a trick of the light sort of thing. Sol, you're up.
I'm taking a step closer to the scarecrow and hit it.
Okay. This became very ludicrous really quickly.
Oh my god. Oh. 13 to hit.
That hits.
Right. No. 6 and 4. 11 plus 2. That's 13 slashing and 3 fire damage. I don't know. 11? No.
Yeah.
It's 11 damage, 11 slashing and 3 fire, sorry.
Okay. Yep. You slash across its chest. And while it didn't necessarily become lit on fire, you can see some embers starting to grow along the gash that you just cut into it. Now
we gotta see what our new friend does.
My majestic unicorn.
Yeah. Let's see.
Is this the first time I've seen Soul do that,
I mean, you've seen my sword on fire before, but not me light it on fire.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah. The unicorn is going to sort of bow its head towards the scarecrow and charge directly at it.
Fuck yeah.
And it looks like it's gonna spear it with its horn, but at the last second, it raises up and just comes down on the top of the scarecrow with its hooves.
Ooh, nice.
And now I get to let's see.
A nice unicorn.
It does. Oh, that's quite a bit.
Get him.
Yeah. It's one of its hooves goes directly through the top of the head of the second scarecrow, and with some like splintering of wood sounds, it's just crushed underfoot of the unicorn, and the burning embers that it has for eyes wink out.
Nice.
This fight became so much easier when you summoned a fucking unicorn.
Hey, I don't make up the rules.
And at the end of its turn, it is going to, again, its horn is going to shimmer a little bit, and this time the light's going to shoot out to above Soul and grow to encompass him in a shimmering bubble.
Oh.
And the scarecrow is going to take an attack at you, Soul. What's your AC?
15.
Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, it rolled a 19, so it's going to hit you.
Aw.
But it rolled a 1 for its damage die, so... oh wait, no. I rolled the wrong dice.
Wait, no.
Okay, so you take 6 slashing damage, and you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, fear.
Okay, enough efficiency. 12.
Yeah, you feel an unnatural sense of panic for just a moment, but it quickly fades. And yeah, at the end of your turn, another globule of celestial light fires from its horn and surrounds you, Lavinia, in a shimmering field.
Oh.
And it is your turn.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm not going to have you roll wild magic this time because fuck that. Because you summoned a goddamn unicorn and shot lightning at these things. and I'm sad. I'm glad that Jeremy isn't around to witness the unicorn being summoned.
Oh. Well, okay. We'll see if I can. I feel like it'd probably be over soon. Fortunately, I don't have a whole lot of damaging magic. You won't let me roll the wild magic. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna attempt to throw another chaos bolt, but I don't have advantage this time.
No, you don't.
Ooh. And that's probably not gonna hit. That's 13.
That hits.
Oh, right. Okay, good. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah, these things aren't wearing like any armor or anything like that. So
11. Darn, I thought it was fire. 11 force damage. So I basically just like punch it with the little blasting magic.
You extend your fist out when you cast it, and essentially like a blast of wind fires from your fist, and it rams into the scarecrow, and the scarecrow essentially explodes into a cloud of hay and sticks that sort of shower all of you guys, and it is no more. And I was worried about this fight being too difficult. Because you, with the help of a goddamn unicorn, obliterated these poor things.
Well, I'm sorry that I am like a goddess.
I'm just kind of staring at the unicorn that's now standing there.
Yeah.
I go up to it. Like, I want to pet it, but I'm...
it sort of looks around the field again, and then looks down, bows, and touches the tip of its horn to the mastiff that's laying on the ground, and sheaths it in white light, and the mastiff intakes a sharp breath and climbs up to its feet. And then the unicorn looks at the two of you, and then in your mind, Vinny, you hear a deep voice speak, and it says, "May harmony find you." And the unicorn shimmers out of existence.
Yeah.
Well, you managed to save the dog.
I totally meant to do that.
Just kind of give her a flat stare.
Yeah, the dog is like sniffing at the smushed scarecrow. Yeah.
Oh, I give the dog scritches, or I try to.
Yeah, it licks at your hand when you do so, and is overall a good boy.
Oh. Okay, well, I totally meant to do everything I did.
I'm still giving her a flat stare.
Well, we did the thing, right? You did your job, which I won't ask about it. I know how things go, you know. But I wouldn't mind, a little bit of compensation.
Wild magic is such bullshit. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna give her thing back, and it's gonna be so funny. And then you're like, boom, lightning hand.
What? It was funny.
And then you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this magic. And I was like, ooh, wild magic, she's gonna blow herself up again. Boom, fucking unicorn.
My God.
Jesus Christ. Alright, well, the scarecrows are dead. And the mastiff is alive.
Is there anything I can scavenge from the scarecrows?
Some sticks
cool?
and hay.
Oh, the stick.
Is it like...
Wait, did you say you throw the stick?
Does the dog look interested in the stick?
When you pick up a stick, it looks very interested. It starts wagging its tail and
I
sniffing at you.
Look at it, look at the stick, look back at it, and then casually toss the stick as far as I can.
Yeah, the Mastiff takes off after it.
Oh my
and
god.
And then turn around and walk back towards the city.
What? Well, wait! Shouldn't we, like, talk to someone?
I turn back around. Yes?
Well, we took care of the problem, right?
I mean, the person who hired me was in the city, so...
Oh, is there no one... Is everyone gone here?
I shrug.
Well, who owns the dog?
Farmer, I guess.
I'd like to at least let them know that their
Alright.
problems dealt with.
Go to the house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Knock on the door.
Yeah.
I wait for the dog to come back so I can, lead it to the house.
Yeah, the dog does eventually come back with the stick.
He's a good boy.
Yeah. He drops a very slobbery stick at your feet.
Okay.
And Soul, when you knock on the door, the house is just as empty as it was a few hours ago.
So,
just kind of look at Vinny.
Well, we can't just leave the dog here if this is where it lived.
You, Vinny, can see that there is a dog door built into one of the doors of the barn. That is a little ways away from the house.
So it lived here.
Lives. Yeah.
Yeah, but were there people, like, did they take off and head somewhere, or were they murdered?
Well, there hadn't been reports of them attacking people yet, so.
Okay, well, all right.
It should be fine. Hopefully.
Yeah, I'll lead the dog back to the barn. I feel weird about just letting him hang outside by himself.
You walk over to the barn, and the dog goes with you, and it just kind of looks up at you with its tongue lolling out of its mouth, slightly panting from the fight and the run.
Is there any, like, water dish anywhere?
Not outside. It's like snowing and really cold outside. So.
Yeah, so I want to try to bring the dog into the barn.
Yeah, you like hold the dog door open and try to beckon it, and it just sits there and looks at you stupidly.
Inside, go.
It just sits there.
Alright, I try to find a way to get into the barn.
There is a thick padlock, like holding the barn door closed. The only way in that you can see is the dog door.
Okay.
Do it.
How big? No. It's like, do I break the lock? Do I try to pick the lock? Which might be harder to do. Or do I try to go through the dog door? You know what? I don't know if I'll eat them, though. Yeah, I even kind of, go inside my coat, feeling around in the pocket where I keep Sal. I'm like, do I lead the dog in with Sal? Or what if he eats him? You know what? Yeah, no, I don't. No, because Sal isn't really very smart. Damn it! I want the dog to go inside shelter. And I don't know if he's got water. Ugh. Okay, fine. I will prestidigitate a bowl and scoop up some snow.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to melt the snow with prestidigitation. I'm
Okay.
going to warm it up and melt it. And I'm going to scooch it into through the dog door. So at least there's water in there for a little bit.
Okay.
And I'll feel better about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right.
And then I feel, and one last thing, I feel around and I find I have some kind of rations, probably some old bacon or something, and I toss it. Actually, I toss it through the doggy door.
Okay.
There you go, boy.
Yep.
Yeah. And I'm satisfied now. Like, okay, so we can go now.
Okay. As you guys start to leave, you hear a short bark from behind you, and then the Mastiff runs inside the barn.
Okay. All right.
Are you gonna come with me to turn in the job?
Maybe it's better I don't.
Alright.
I'm involved with some stuff right now, and I'm not sure if that would look bad for me. Because I don't know what you're involved in, and then maybe I don't want to know.
Killing monsters. Lots of monsters.
Yeah, if anyone asks, I had nothing to do with it. It was just you.
Nothing to do with the unicorn.
Definitely not.
And the lightning.
Or the lightning.
Totally. That was just, there's, thunderstorms in the winter sometimes. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
Nature is mysterious. Yeah, so I would head back towards the house.
Okay.
I'm going back to Falconmere.
Alrighty. Well, Jen, thank you for joining us and helping.
Yeah.
With bringing the unicorn, the lightning, making it ludicrously easy.
You're welcome. It could have been bad. I could have blown myself up.
Yeah,
so it all works
it
out.
was just really good rolls, so can't fault you there. It was just kind of ludicrous. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Thanks for your help.
You're welcome. It was fun.
Yeah.
So, I'll let you go back to your secret shenanigans.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Later. So yeah, Soul, you, after that, you head back to the city, and go back to the southern ward, back to Falconmere, and this time when you approach, Melanor is already outside, and he is currently caring for, or basically just grooming a horse out on the front yard. And at the sign of your approach, he smiles and walks forward to greet you. He reaches out his hand and then remembers that you're edgy as fuck and kind of lowers it. I didn't expect to see you back so soon.
Yes. I found 2 of the constructs.
There were 2 of them?
Yes.
Oh, goodness. I hope you're alright. I didn't expect... Okay.
What the kind of slash across me?
Yeah.
Don't have to slash.
So, I admit I haven't been able to gather any money yet.
That's fine.
But
when you do, you can send it to Troll Skull Manor.
Okay. Thank you for doing this for us. It won't be forgotten. And if you ever need anything, you can find me here.
Yes. If you have any other jobs, you know where to find me.
Quite right. Yes.
Then I turn around and return to them.
Okay. Yeah. You have gained 1 renown within the Harpers, or not the Harpers, the
Emerald Enclave.
The Emerald Enclave. Sorry.
Right.
And I think, yeah, that's. I think that could be a decent place to leave it.
Yeah.
I assume you go back to Troll Skull Manor.
Yeah.
And find Vinny there, doing whatever it is that Vinny does.
Yeah.
And Cal is still weirdly not really anywhere to be found, but yeah. That I think that concludes everything that we needed to do for this little private session. And what's up?
Does that go into the allies and organizations section?
Yeah. And well, yeah, I'll post about it in the Discord. But you also level up to level 3.
Level 3, sweet.
Yeah.
I gained my Blood Hunter horn.
So, yeah, I will post the information for that and whatnot in the group chat. But yeah, I think that's a good place to end the session and the recording. Thanks for playing, bud.
You're welcome. Thanks for hosting.
Yeah. All right.